the twilight of the gods nears, brother will kill brother. Families will be sundered by murder. 4 ages are afoot. An axe age, a sword age, where shields are cloven. A wind age, a wolf age, where the world falls. No one shall be spared.
Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion RPG podcast. Prepare for adventure.
Hi, this is Kellie, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Scion Ragnarok and Roll. As we open up, Trixie is on her way to the dinner area to have dinner with the captain in private.
Ooh la la. I'm singled out apparently.
Yes, you are. So you are invited. The maitre d' takes you directly to the captain's table, pulls out your chair, sits you down as you see the captain, and he tells you that the captain will be arriving momentarily.
Okay. And anybody else at the table?
It is just the two of you. You have the seat right next to the captain,
That's
just to his right. Okay, so after a few moments, you notice everyone gets ready for the normal ceremony of the captain coming, where he comes down and waves at everybody, shakes a few people's hands. He locks eyes with you for a second. You guys share a moment.
Really?
As he then politely nods to you and takes his seat. The maitre d' comes and puts the napkin on his lap and brings him his drink. Well, I believe I have much thanks to offer you.
Yeah, you can say that.
So how was it you just happened to be at the right place at the right time?
I'm just one of those people, I guess, you know? I just have that, je ne sais quoi, I guess, where I just happen to be at the right place.
Well, for that, I'd like to thank you.
You're most welcome.
Okay, well then after a few moments of pleasantry, he toasts you with his drink and says, "To those who are in the right place at the right time. Skull."
Really?
And then he takes a slow sip, staring at you deep into your eyes.
Is he hot?
He's kind of distinguished.
Not normally her cup of tea, but she barely sips it.
Okay.
I mean, like, more of just brings it to the lips slightly and then puts it down. She doesn't drink all that much.
It's very good quality champagne.
But that's not the point.
Okay. And do you have epic perception?
I have perception, but there's no epics in it. I just have 3 in perception.
Okay, go ahead and roll your perception. It's worth a shot.
Just perception or...
Perception and awareness.
Perception and awareness. Where's my awareness? Okay. 1, 2, 2.
Okay. You sense that there's something familiar with his eyes.
Have we met before?
I can't say that I haven't met you before. Do I seem familiar in some way? And his eye kind of sparkles at you when he says that, little smirk on his cheek.
Do I recognize him?
You don't really recognize it, but something seems awful damn familiar.
I think we've met before. Just give me a moment. I can't quite place it.
It's probably the waves on the ship that remind you of our last meeting.
I'm gonna roll another perception because that's...
I
know.
I'll give you a wits and awareness. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Because that's pretty definitive. 1, 2,
wow.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6 success, 6 plus 1. I take it you have an epic.
I
in
have
wits.
an epic in wits.
His speech pattern reminds you a lot of a certain someone you almost kissed on a boat when you dropped a ring into the water.
You red bastard. Charm.
Okay, as soon as you activate your charm, his eyes kind of get soft, and you can tell he was already going this direction, but he's like, well, you do know I was... So, I take it you do recognize me.
Yes, Lucius, I do.
Well, I just wanted to invite you to the table to help give you some information.
Oh, really? Like, perhaps why you put me on the no-fly list, you son of a bitch?
Well, that was just a joke.
A joke.
Between friends.
We're not friends.
I see that you managed to make it out of country, no problem.
No thanks to you.
Well, I figured you'd have skills to get yourself taken care of.
Where's the captain?
Unfortunately, the captain came to an accident not of my fault.
Yeah, and like I'm supposed to believe that.
A certain siren ran into the captain on the pool deck
Oh,
a
crap.
few nights ago. I proceeded to help things along to keep your friend from having a bad vacation.
Oh, yeah, because it's just been a peach thus far.
She seems to be enjoying herself.
Yeah. Yesterday was just so much fun.
I was wondering how that was going to turn out.
Yeah, uh-huh. Well, I'm not even going to get into how it broke her heart. But, you know, suffice it to say, you fucked up on the whole preserving the whole cruise thing for her.
Well, the siren on the beach wasn't my doing.
Oh, wasn't it?
It wasn't.
Bullpucky.
I was just here along for the ride.
Let's just cut to the chase. What do you want?
Well, I was actually hoping to run into you again. There's some information I wanted to share with you.
Oh, some information.
Unfortunately, our parents have a habit of not being completely upfront and honest about everything.
Well, you certainly take after that characteristic, I must say.
And that's what I'm here to correct, is to share information with you.
You'll pardon me if I laugh.
Do you happen to have your cell phone on you?
Doi.
Do you pull it out?
Yes.
Okay, he kind of waves his hand towards it, and you recognize wireless
It's
interface.
interface.
Okay, as your phone starts pulling up a web page.
Yeah, because, you know, nothing on the end of it is false.
Actually, if you'd like to know, I actually had some historians translate some documents that we found. And with a little help from, well, let's just say folks who still speak the dead language, I gave you some information there on your phone about what has happened between the gods and the giants.
Yeah, and who's to say that, who were they written by?
Well, most of them were written by human skulls, but a few were actually written by prophets of the giants.
Oh, either way, everything that is going to be colored by one perspective or another.
Exactly, and I just wanted to put on some rosy glasses on you and give you a chance to see what it's like on the other side.
The ages of Ragnarok. We are in the Sword Age, the second age of Ragnarok. Before it came the X Age. It lasted 3 years. As panic set in at the sudden darkness and cold after Skoll and Hades devoured the sun and moon. When did that happen? Cataclysm put brother against brother in a struggle for survival. Yeah, my brother's gonna have to struggle for survival. In the Sword Age, Gom housed for the first time. Alliances are sundered, morality breaks down, and chaos thrives unchallenged in the next 3 years. Trust is lost. That one sort of rings true. And hope turns to despair. At the coming of the third age, the Wind Age, Garm howls a second time to herald the coming of the mighty ship. God, I can't pronounce these things. Naglfar? Heimdall blows his horn to warn the gods that Jotuns and Ragnarok are coming. Surt leads his host over Bifrost, shattering it and starting the siege again to Asgard. In the fourth and final age of Ragnarok, also known as the Wolf Age, Garm howls for the third and last time. The forces of the Aesir and the armies of Jotuns descend upon the plain of Vigrid for the ultimate battle. How long will this age last is unknown. What is known, however, is that Surt, the Muspelheim king of Jotuns, will split the sky with a sword that glows with an intensity that is brighter than the sun, and baptize the cosmic tree, Yggdrasil, in holy flame. Yeah, so what of it?
So that's what the Allfather's trying to keep from happening.
Yeah, the end of the world.
But has he told you about what will happen after the end of the world?
No. End of world, we all die, and then supposedly the giants live forever. I don't know, whatever.
Actually, look at the next page. The new age.
The next age.
The next age.
Okay, hold on, let's see here. In the dark years, some esoteric sources of lore speak of the survivors and the rebirth of the world after Ragnarok, when Surt will destroy the realms by fire. It is only hope, or is there truth in the words? The sword of Surt sundered the sky and bathed the tree in red flames. Lit and something the last human mortals hid in the shelter of Hodmir's forest. They slept and the great ash sprouted anew. A new pair of heavens emerged, named Sindri and Vermeer, and a new hell known as Nostrans. Some gods survived to populate Sindri, among them Balder, Hodor, Vidar, Vali, Magni, and Modi, who gathered in the Great Hall. Let's see, something about Odin's words. They read Odin's words and repented. There would be peace with their Jotun brethren. Surt's host would settle in Vermeer and lament their fallen hero Loki, and in the end welcome a new age of partnership and hope. From the songs of Snorri the Skald. Now, who the hell is Snorri the Skald, and why should I listen to him?
He's a skald from thousands of years ago.
So, other than this, what's his resume? Why should I believe him?
So, you don't believe in human history?
No, I believe in human history. Everything's fucked up. But hey, it's like, I don't sure want to start the whole world over again. Hello? I like shopping.
Have you ever asked yourself why the giants and the gods fight?
Well, apparently they keep pissing each other off.
Well, unfortunately, with some connections I've gotten amongst Surt's host, there's some issues that resolved early on in the gods' existence.
Resolved. Apparently not resolved.
There were results of their interactions in the earlier years. Read the part called The Writ.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Let's see here. The Writ. Okay. Well, let's see here. Odin, the king of the Aesir, the hanged god, lord of ghouls, consumed in jealousy and greed, slays his great and noble Jotun progenitor Ymir. Odin's attempt at genocide of the Jotun race fails with a torrent of Ymir's blood. Odin steals the sun that serves all. He places it over the worlds of Asgard, Midgard, Vanguard, Vanagard, and Alfgard, plunging Jotunheim, Svartalheim, Niflheim, and Muspelheim into darkness. The Aesir strike a bargain with the great Jotun architect to have an impregnable wall built for the Aesir city of Asgard. In return for the sun, the moon, the Vanir goddess Freya for the Jotuns. The deceitful Aesir resorted to trickery to escape their sworn obligations. Thor, the bloody butcher of Jotuns, The Aesir god of storms has blood on his hands from slaying the mighty Gentuns Thrym, Hungr, Hymir, Gilrod, Thrivaldi, and Roskva. The Aesir have Thiassi's blood on their hands after forcing Loki to turn against his kin, whatevs, and do the dirty work for them. Odin the thief steals the meat of poetry from the Jontun. Tyr the trickster, the god of war, deceives the great wolf Fenrir, son of Loki, right?
Mm-hmm.
And imprisoned him in Asgard as a pet for the Aesir's amusement. If I remember correctly, he was a little bit of a nasty little cur himself there. The Aesir enslave and torture Loki, because he kind of deserved it. He was a bit of an ass. You gotta admit, Dad's not perfect. The Jontun of Destiny, who is to bring justice to the worlds of Yggdrasil. Really? Dad?
That's what the prophets of Surt believe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sir warm and cuddly Surt.
So what do you think of this other point of view?
Not convinced.
That's a shame, because I was hoping that you could possibly help us to...
Oh, you were hoping to manipulate me again. That's what you were hoping to do.
No, hoping to not have to manipulate you.
And why would I choose to help you?
At the very least, because we want to ensure that humanity survives this apocalypse that the gods have brought about themselves.
Hey, apparently from this point of view, there ain't only but two surviving. It'll be back to Adam and Eve.
You have an understanding of fate, I understand, correct?
Cult and stuff, yeah. I mean,
I actually hope to play on the words of fate. Much as fate's teased humanity before, perhaps if someone was to build a bunker and name it after the last man and the last woman.
Huh.
Fill it with people.
You mean like twist the words to suit your plan?
To help people survive.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, everything Odin currently has tried to accomplish to stall Ragnarok has only gone to make Ragnarok happen. Every action Odin has taken, fate has had an equal and opposite reaction to pull Ragnarok closer to him.
So you're saying that, I mean, of course, being the Aesir tend to believe in fatalism anyways, that your time is your time. So our actions are already predetermined.
For the gods, yes, but not for us. Not until fate gets its claws sunk into us.
Yeah, well, you can hide in a hole all you want, but I prefer to stand in the light.
So if, say, the end came, and I could offer you 2 seats for your parents in the hole, you would turn me down?
Oh, you are a rat bastard son of a bitch. You really know that?
All I know is that I am a survivor.
Yeah, so are the cockroaches.
And if I have my way, they won't be the only survivors after this is over.
You know, all this talk is all well and good, okay? To try and manipulate me into doing what you want again. There's no reason why I should trust you. Give me one reason why I should trust you.
The only reason I can give you is that I'm trying to now be open and honest with you.
But how am I supposed to know that? How? You tell me how.
How can I prove myself to you?
You can't. That's just it.
So everything has to be an absolute?
Oh no, trust me, there are grays. Okay? The father of lies is most devastating when he's telling the truth.
Father is tricky that way.
Yeah. And it's like, so everyone manipulates everybody else. While one hand is doing this, the other hand is doing that. So I just don't see how I can believe you. I mean, it's like, and that whole offer up 2 spots for my parents, okay, yeah, but then, you know, I've always hated that whole, if you're in a lifeboat and there's only so much room for so many, who do you leave behind, okay? I ain't playing that game. I ain't. I'm not gonna do it.
Let me just provide you one example. Fenris, the wolf himself, the one who took Tyr's hand.
Yeah, I met his progeny. Oh, that's right, thanks to you!
Did you know that he used to run in the halls of Asgard? He used to be a pet, given food under the table in their halls, until they grew too concerned that he was getting larger and larger and eating cows off in the woods, not hurting anyone. So they decided to lock him up. The Fenrir wolf cooperated. Fenris, every time they would chain him with a new chain, he'd break it, and it almost became a game of them trying to capture the wolf. Now the wolf, being an innocent creature of Loki, was a creature of freedom and wildness. So it thought each time that this was merely a game, that it was going to break free. Until finally the gods made a string of all that is not. And they tricked the wolf to wear this leash, even promising a hand of a friend. If they couldn't break the bindings, they would let him go. And what did the gods do? Do you recall this story?
Yeah, he bit off Tyr's hand and he stayed chained up.
And do you know where the hound is now?
Legend says that he's still bound.
He's still imprisoned on a desolate island where his children bring him food because the gods left him to die bound.
And I'm just supposed to believe you. I've met his children, not nice people.
Perhaps wrongful incarceration has made someone exactly what they were afraid that they would become.
It's been a long time if he's really been there.
Perhaps ask your friend's parents how the Fenrir wolf was before his encapturement.
Oh yeah, because I can just dial that up on my phone.
Maybe next time you meet them.
Maybe. Okay, I can tell you this. I'll ask some questions, but I am not signing up with you just yet. That's for damn sure.
I'm not asking you to sign up for anything.
Oh, aren't you?
I just want you to keep an open mind.
Why is it so important that you convince me? And don't say because we're related, okay?
It's not important that I convince you of anything. I just want you to keep your eyes open. Listen to what's going on around you.
You're not following me, okay? Why me? Why haven't you approached Thora? You've had her on this cruise for many more days than me. How come you didn't approach her? How come you haven't talked to Bryn, huh? Why me?
The daughter of the butcher. I'm sure her point of view wouldn't be.
Oh, because I'm part Jontun? Nord married one. Hello?
Yes, and that's part of the conundrum. The gods and the giants have blended quite well. But because of past crimes that can't be forgotten, no one can just let it go. Odin every day schemes and connives and tricks people, and yet Loki's the one who gets the bad rep. Odin has done far worse than Loki ever has.
Yeah, okay. One more question. Oh, great. No, I just forgot my question. Hold on, give me a sec.
Another glass of champagne, what do you think?
No, I think I've had enough champagne. That's a good point, too. Hold on. Okay. Alright, I got a question for you. Okay? If Loki is supposed to be basically the herald of Ragnarok, and it's contingent upon him, why is he asking me to aid the others in stopping Ragnarok? Answer me that.
That's a question only Loki can know. But remember, if Ragnarok is brought about, Loki is the one who will be punished and tortured for it.
Oh, so because Dad wants to live?
He's as much a victim as fate as the rest of us.
Yeah, and from this little thing, it says that he's the Jontun of Destiny.
He's the one that's destined to help bring justice and retribution to the gods.
Okay, so why wouldn't he want that? Because at the expense of a life, he would just prefer to live? Are you saying that he's not so much in it for the bigger picture? That he just wants to live?
Maybe he'll answer that question for you that he wouldn't answer for me.
Oh, like you asked him.
I did.
And what did he say?
He basically gave me a line of bull a mile long and sent me on my way.
Uh-huh. And how do I know that you're not giving me a line of bull?
If you'd like, and he touches your phone again, and he downloads this like 5 gig file under your phone, and he says perhaps you can find some experts to translate the information as well.
Whatevs. I don't trust where you got the sources. I don't necessarily trust in that. I'm gonna have to think about this. And in the meantime, stop fucking with my friends. And with me.
And he just sits back and has a sly smile on his face.
I put charm on you. You're supposed to be helping me out.
He is helping you out.
No, he's not.
Yes,
He's
he
being rude and belligerent.
You've charmed him. That's how he is. He's arrogant.
Arrogance an understatement. You're playing him entirely too well. You do realize that, sweetheart. I just want to throttle you right now.
How would you like me to help you out? I do owe you for past offenses.
Oh, yeah. That's just mildly putting it. I'll have to think about it.
And he waves his hand over your phone. I've added an email to your contacts with my information.
I'm going to use my wireless interface to also make sure that he didn't put any type of tracking or anything like that, you know.
No. He's not doing anything shady.
Yeah.
He's being helpful in his own special way.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
And I give you my word as one of Loki's blood that I will not mess with.
Knowing that he can see because of the wireless interface changing Lucius to Uxius. Ew. That's right. You knew I was your sister. You knew. Ew. You don't think I'm so not gonna forgive you for that? Oh my god. That's just gross, dude.
He just kind of gives you a nonchalant, apologetic shrug.
Scarred me.
I promise not to interfere with the rest of the cruise, and I'll just maintain the facade until the cruise is over.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll be getting off in Budapest.
We'll see.
I give you my word, as the son of Loki, I shall not leave this ship until Budapest.
Neither one of those things could engender trust, shall we say. I too am a child of Loki, and while I have to admit I'm probably not the most upstanding member of society, I certainly like to maintain the status quo.
I would be happy with the status quo being maintained for many lifetimes.
Alright, and since you're the captain, the rest of our trip is comped. That might be one small way. Small, mind you. Okay, the rest of it's comped.
And he actually kind of snorts up because he was drinking champagne. Just you threw that out there, and he kind of snorts some champagne out of his nose, and then comes.
And oh yeah, trust me, I'm gonna milk it.
and he just
carte blanche.
He just points at you and says, "As you wish, my lady."
I think we're done here for the moment. But I will think about things. And the next time I talk to Dad, I will have some questions for him.
He daps.
Make no promises.
His napkin, puts it back on the plate, politely stands up, offering you his hand to help you get up.
Okay.
And concierge comes up, puts your chair back, gently kisses your hand. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you again for all you've done for the ship, this crew, and myself.
By the way, where were you while all that shit was going down?
And he kind of looks over at the concierge, who's just then pushing your chair in. And under his breath, unfortunately, I was tied up at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then he politely kisses your hand and gives you your leave.
And I take my leave.
Okay, so where do you go after that?
Casino!
Okay, and oddly enough, as soon as you get to the casino, there's a tray with $100 already there, ready and waiting for you.
Excuse me, $100? Try more than that.
Well, apparently the captain's, giving you an allowance of $100 a day in the casino.
Well, that will simply turn into other things.
Somehow he doesn't think you need more than that for secret.
Yeah.
At least not in the casino.
It's like all of a sudden, like, play roulette, and I don't know why the ball just keeps bouncing over to the other side.
Spin into
It's
the
like,
point of fate.
He's like, yeah.
Legend.
I win again? Oh, that's amazing. Always bet on black.
And yet Xander believes always bet on red.
No.
Okay, so do you do anything else after the casino?
Are the boutiques still open?
One of the boutiques is still open.
Jewelry?
No, unfortunately that one closes early.
Okay, well, we'll see. We're gonna start racking up a big bill. Because it's cold. We're gonna hold the captain to his word. If not, Bryn's gonna be really pissed at me. That in itself can be entertaining.
Okay, and what are your plans for the next morning?
Well, theoretically, there should be no further developments left on the cruise
On the
per
ship.
se.
So it should be a port day.
Yeah. Where are we docking? I'll go sightseeing with Bryn and Tora. Are we on day 5 by now?
No, because day 4 got split into two different
Days.
game sessions because of the fight
Yeah.
at Lorelai's Rock. Okay, day 4, Koblenz. Day 5 will be in Miltenberg. Morning spent sailing along the beautiful Main River as it winds its way through Spessart region, home of the actual Snow White.
Really?
After lunch, we stop in Miltenberg, known for its half-timbered houses and Germany's oldest inn. Join the walking tour that concludes in free time for you to explore. Back on your ship, learn about the region's glass-blowing traditions during a live demonstration. We sail through the night to Würzburg.
Awesome.
So
If
are you going to go to see Snow White's location?
Hells yeah, come on.
Okay. Any special plans that you're making?
I don't know. I'd have to say I want to keep an eye on things for Bryn and for Thora. Don't want,
Okay.
just want to make sure that she has, a good time. I mean, the rest of her cruise will hopefully be uneventful. We'll have to see.
On your wild tour through Europe, maybe. And that's a great place to end it there.
Hi, this is Jim from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion Hero to Ragnarok podcast, and the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And I'd just like to say thank you for listening, and may fate always be on your side.
And drink. Let him in.
Come on, Kitty.
He's like, you're both in there?
Okay, in or out, mister? Yeah.
Both of you are in there?
Yeah. I know you're in there. You let me in.
No escaping the power of the cats.
No. Stop. Now you're just being a little cherry blossom. Yeah.
Turd nugget. Okay, so where were we? Oh, you're going to show us a lot.
Yes.
Okay, well, then after a few moments of pleasantry, he
It's like,
his plane flies over the ship.
yeah.
German airspace. Okay. But something seems
No.
off. awful damn familiar.
Evil cat.
And that's why cats shouldn't be on the gaming table.